Here we are.
Hey, you're talking too.
I am talking. We have microphones. That was dangerous, Arnie, wherever you are, letting us be on our own. No.
Guy on the golf cart, good to see you.
Yep. What's going on, guy on the golf cart? No. So, for everybody watching, we're doing Tech Tuesday, episode 70, at Pro Touring Truck Shootout here in Bowling Green. So, this is fantastic. We'll just say hello to everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday. My name is Ben.
I'm Tim, and I'm Brian Webster.
Brian, you have something in our booth. It is awesome. It is teal and blue. Do you mind describing what that is for us? Here.
It's just a 69 C10. It's got a 383 stroker in it, 700 R4 trans, and we just put the Kill Shot 2 on it here at the Pro Touring event, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. They put us to the test and asked us to do it live before the drivability cruise, and it's been awesome. It's been doing great.
It's done really well.
We went to the dyno today, and you got 323 horse out of it.
Yes, sir.
And what was it? 100 or 317 or 373 torque.
373, I think.
There it is. So I guess the saying is proof is in the pudding. But I'm wearing the Aces shirt, so.
Yeah. Well, I can say it's just amazing that I watched them take something out of a box here and put it on my truck, and then not 30 minutes later, we're going down the interstate at 80 miles an hour, and it's just purring. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing.
It was, the honors, ours, we were super excited to do it, and it was a great idea. So thanks for letting us do it.
Thank y'all.
But yeah, as always, we answer questions for the people at Aces Fuel Injection. Tim and I get questions every week about what works with our system, what is new around Aces Fuel Injection, what we do, what we'd recommend. So we're going to answer some questions from YouTube. But before we get into that, if anyone here wants to come up and ask a question of me or Tim or Brian, having just recently put a Aces Fuel Injection unit on his vehicle,
or if you want free stuff,
come on up here and we'll get you a free hat and free shirt, keychains. The word free is usually very attractive, but all of you guys don't get to see getting a free hat and shirt. I'm sorry. Maybe there's one in your kit. I don't know.
And there's a truck race happening right now.
And they're doing speed and stop or whatever. I don't know how the title of that. They don't pay me for that.
Speed and stop challenge.
Speed and stop challenge. Arnie just corrected me. So we'll get into questions here. And Brian, I might, if anything comes up too, I'll just ask you to give input as well. Our first one is from Daniel Tega 1803. Says, thanks again for another Tech Tuesday. My question would be, when is the jackpot light going to be able to control something like a MAC valve for boost, or even separate the unit through you guys? That would be amazing. Thanks again.
So a 3-port MAC valve on a jackpot's an interesting add-on, because we're going to repin some of the circuitry in the ECU itself to add some pulse width modulated output, sensor input and such. So that will be a future compatibility thing. And you'll see a lot of social media about the whole thing when I'm out there on the dyno testing, probably on the 1-ton, because I'm putting an on-3 turbo on that thing just for kicks. But yeah, that is a future adaptation. We got a few questions. I was in a big old what to do engineering meeting, and it just really lined up like if we remove this, we can add this. So we did.
Yep.
We have an Aces hat request.
An Aces hat request.
A young person.
That would be amazing. We have just what you might need over here. That's the larger or the small hat. I'm not really sure. Let's see which. That one might be better fit. Yeah. Let's go!
Yeah!
Woo!
Random Young.
Yeah, Brandon Young.
That's right.
What they say.
That's right.
No. Interesting. For those that don't know, the Jackpot Light system is our system for the LS. It is $599.99 out the gate, but it's going to be your engine management control unit that has one O2 sensor as opposed to the Pro version. ECU, wiring harness, basically everything you need to get your engine running. So just throw that out there for those that don't know. Brian, we have been asking our I guess audience is the word, what they would like to see as far as merch from us. There's like stuff at car shows that marketing guys like me don't understand, like straw hats, you know, and things like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly. So what I was going to ask you while we've got a genuine bona fide car enthusiast here, if you were going to give direction onto what things to make, I don't know, fender covers, what would your recommendation be?
Fender covers would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody to use.
I don't know. Outside of that, what are we thinking?
A fuel injection kit.
Okay. Yeah. Just a branded fuel injection kit on a T-shirt. Slap that on there. I don't know.
No.
Okay. So one of the top rated things was I wrote this really cool document T-shirt by Aaron Flattery. He says that might sell well for old Timmy over here.
So I wrote this really cool document.
No. See, that exactly.
I was kind of hoping for an Indie Hoozles.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I think maybe that's in there somewhere. We've barely gotten through these, but.
Here we are, live on the world stage, in front of a live studio audience and the internet. Any Hoozles?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, come on now.
What we are doing is this next question by Dennis Patrick. He says, I have a faulty O2 sensor.
Womp womp.
Not even 15 minutes of runtime and been trying to get a new one. Any advice
Well,
on O2 sensors?
if you're trying to get it warranted out, the big thing that kills an O2 sensor right out the gate is too much fuel. If you've got something oddball in the Wizard set up in there, it's giving too much fuel, the fuel pressure's wrong, something strange like that, it'll smoke an O2. Or if it's in a really terrible spot where it's getting a whole lot of straight up engine fire itself, way too far up into the header, right next to the extractors, etc., etc. So you can get rid of an O2 sensor pretty quick on that. But if you're just trying to replace one, even if you're trying to warranty one, I mean, the Bosch 17025 works good, and obviously the Ace's Bosch LSU 4.9 style O2 sensor is good. Very high quality manufacturing, of course. I've been there. I did a little how it's made in that factory. I was impressed.
Yep. You can check that out. Maybe we'll link it somewhere. I don't know. The old linkerage. Yeah. And also placement. Placement's a big deal.
Placement, mainly fuel. The heater will get it up to 650 or so. And then you splash some big raw fuel on top of that thing. It cracks the ceramic inside and shorts out the sensor internally. And the next thing you know, it's reading a false lean value, even fueling up your engine quite a bit more. And then it's just money running super fat. So you'll be sitting there at idle, like on a kill shot, for instance. You should really be running about a 2 pulse width.
Yep.
And with a bad O2 sensor, it's going to be cramming 8 at it. So it's just going to be fuel on top of fuel on top of fuel.
Yep.
And that's what happens. Get a bit too much fuel on there, it does a bad thing.
Some of you guys probably know about failed O2 sensors. You guys. Okay. We've got Justin Dennis 186. He says, hey guys, just finding your products. I'm looking to do a kill shot for my 11-year-old son's truck soon. My question is, my family and I are Buick guys, and there's nothing wrong with Buicks. And we've had several straight 8 Buicks. Have you ever had anyone use one of your products on a straight 8? If not, would love to see that happen. Thanks.
I'd like to see that.
I've seen it on straight 6s.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot of options for timing control on that, depending on really the style of distributor, but that'd be kind of neat. We've had some, the oldest thing I've ever seen was honestly Stanky Beds, the straight 6 Mercedes engine.
Fair enough.
So we did that. That was from the 70s, but yeah, a straight 8 Buick, that'd be pretty slick. I'd like to see that. You want to see that?
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Brian, what is the craziest build that you've either been a part of or that you've owned?
Probably the truck I got now is the craziest one that I've ever been a part of. And of course, we didn't build it all, but adding the fuel injection, adding a few things to it, it's just unreal. I mean, changed the truck to me. It changed the reliability of it. It's easier to crank.
Right.
It's just more friendly.
Yeah.
And more comfortable. Of course, more power.
We've thought about, you've got that nice chrome look, but he's given some thought to going the black route. I don't know. Some people go black, polished, gold. Some people go hot pink.
Well, I had the Aces, the original Aces,
Yeah.
one on that was polished, and that was one thing at the show, or here at the show, I was worried about was adding the black to the top of the polished manifold. It actually looks good. I kind of like it.
Yeah. The running joke has been, we're just going to go ahead and throw in the black intake manifold. Just
We're waiting on it.
turn them over. No. No. But I don't know. To each his own. Some people like hot pink. That's why we got it.
Yeah.
That's so. No. Let's see here. Tim, I don't know if it's too dark for you to read, but if you want to take a question or two, I feel bad reading all of them.
That one's a long one. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't do long questions. So if anyone comes up and asks a long question, he might be,
Let's see. Okie dokie. Let's see. Joe Cool 03. Look forward to this every Tuesday. Oh, thanks. I have one question for you all. Ordered Killshot 2 from you and did not order the distributor and coil since I thought my setup would work. Turns out it will not. Would I be able to pay the additional sum it would have to cost, so on and so forth, to increase the kit up to the top, basically the top end level? Reorder the kit with the distributor? Can I order the pieces separately? Would it be fair? Cost a fair amount? Interesting.
Yeah, you can do both. One thing, and Brian, you can testify to this a little bit. Most of our TBI kits come with our Blackjack distributor, which is a magnetic pickup distributor. But Tim is a fan of the good old Hall Effect distributor.
Yes.
The Gambler is what we call it at Aces.
Yes.
So I might point you in that direction because of whatever Brian is about to tell you about the distributor.
Just simply that changing the distributor changed the way the truck performed.
Yeah.
And it to me it's a lot different driving it with the different distributor in it.
Yeah, we've never actually offered the TBIs with the Hall Effect distributor in a package. Most of the time it has been or all the time it's been just default magnetic pickup distributor. But I think maybe it's a combination of the square volt wave that is cleaner on that Hall Effect distributor or something like that. But we may even switch it to where you can purchase a Hall Effect distributor with your TBI kit, where you can choose magnetic or Hall Effect. That's something that has come up even just by being here and working on the C10.
Yeah.
So
I would recommend it.
yeah. I mean, the dyno poll today, which you'll see in another video, I think that speaks for itself.
Right.
All right.
Oh, what? This is the part where I read something?
Yeah.
Okay, activate word mode.
Word mode.
Let's see. Kyle, Jeep, Igris, Integris, 89. Really need a Ford Mustang EFI setup. At least standalone harness and ECM. Yeah, I agree. But what I would go with would be the multi-port. I would put a Joker on that
Yeah.
thing with a multi-port intake as well. That way you can get that launch control. You can get that hotter spark. You can get that.
Yep.
You know, if you're deciding you're going to run an E85 and a big fat injector, yeah, do that.
Yep.
Because you're going to need all that extra spark, and it runs real smooth. If you got a multi-port on a Ford motor, yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty slick.
Yep. For those that do not know, and just kind of, I think we talked about it briefly this morning, but we're the only company that I know of that sticks a CDI box and an EFI ECU and puts them together into one unit. Why is that nice? Because you don't have to have like two boxes sitting somewhere in your engine bay or trying to figure out how to conglomerate that inside your cab. So for us, it made it a lot simpler just to put it all together into one. And for those that are running higher boosted applications, or if you're running a big block engine, you can just have it all in one place. It is a little bit larger of an ECU. I mean, we're talking maybe yay big, as opposed to like those small little square. But yeah, highly recommend it.
Yeah. So, I'll do the next one here. Beast Slayer, 1990.
Nice name. Nice name.
I bought the Kill Shot 2 Master Kit with an inline fuel pump. It come with a fuel pressure regulator as well. So
Let's
my
go.
question is, do I need to run it also, or is the regulator that's in the system good enough? I'll be running a return line as well. Also, I have an MSD box in the truck right now. Am I able to remove it? Well, it doesn't have a regulator in the kit.
It does have a fuel pressure sensor.
It has a fuel pressure sensor, not a fuel pressure regulator. So you will need to use that regulator. You can use it in a return side. So you put the regulator on the return side of the throttle body and adjust it to 43 or 58. I do 58. It makes the injector a little bit more stable and allows for better idle characteristics. You can use the MSD box if you want to use that. Ignition boxes are ignition boxes at the end of the day. But if you don't want to use it and you have the master kit, cool, don't use it. But if you still want to keep it, our ECU puts out as much, if not more, spark energy than that MSD box alone. Just because of the type of driver we use. I mean, it puts out about 90 millijoules. So it puts some heat down the pipe pretty good. You know? Yeah.
I do know. I have seen. And if you have not seen, you can definitely go over to the Aces booth and play with one yourself. Yep, little knob over there. Just, it's pretty, yeah. You go check that out. Let's see. Can y'all sell, this is by Kylie Pearson, or G Pearson. Can y'all sell a kill shot harness already trimmed down for the PDM?
Yeah, we'll probably do that in the future.
Yeah,
we're gonna start transitioning into probably that. That's a whole different conversation that we're having. It is like, do we just start incorporating this and augment the price of the kits, or do we give people an option to be more cost effective without adding extra stuff that maybe they do or don't want? So there may be a different variant of harness at some point that's going to be kind of pre-terminated for that.
Who knows? We don't know.
It's part of a conversation we're currently having, so we're looking into that.
Can you guys do a tutorial on how to trigger the AC signal on the jackpot and the AC harness? Or Sandins? Sandins?
It's a type of AC compressor.
Gotcha. Did not know that. I was today years old.
He's young.
No, we're not doing this again. I am. We're not going to do this again.
So, anywho.
We could do a tutorial.
If you're sending 12 volts to that compressor itself, that's going to be from the vehicle. We're not going to control the AC. But if you do have a 12 volt signal to it, you can also run our AC in wire, which is a 12 volt triggered wire, to ground trigger a fan on the rev or AC out wire. That way, if you have two fans, you can pair them together and have one come on with the AC, or you just add an extra third fan as it goes.
Yeah. We've got two more here, and I think we'll wrap it on up for as far as time goes. But the two questions are from Don Daughter and Blake Hancock. One is, are the factory GM sensors more reliable than aftermarket? And any news on a Ford Coyote jackpot?
Okay. So the interesting thing about the sensors and manufacturing as it goes is a lot of the manufacturing is done in the same place, whether it be GM or aftermarket. It comes down to the qualifiers of what does AC Delco require of a sensor. Just like when it comes to a mil spec item as well. It's the most cost-effective thing that meets the requirement. We do have some extra criteria on ours, so it does make certain components of ours actually slightly more superior than factory GM. So we're just a little bit pickier. Man, that's about it. I love it. So, anyways, with that, when it comes to crank sensors, definitely go straight to the dealership, buy those crank sensors there. It's fine. But some of those aftermarket ones, you guys really got to look at where you're sourcing them from. They're all made in the same places, but you got to look at what quality qualifications those particular sensors have. As for the Jackpot Coyote,
I just wanted to
we're working on LT stuff right now, and then when we run out of LS, LT, and Hemi stuff to do, I'll probably be picking up a Coyote motor to stick in something and start messing with that, because if we got phasers on that thing, we want to keep working. So, yeah, not too bad. It is going to be a future thing because we got to handle it.
Yep.
We got to get there eventually. We're just we're doing other projects. It takes a lot of engineers.
No, it doesn't. You just
Yes, it does.
Don't you just dream it and it just happens?
Oh yeah, I can just. There we go.
Isn't this America?
New thing.
No. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tech Tuesday. For everybody else that is here at the Shootout, those trucks are amazing. We have hats, we have t-shirts, we have keychains. We'd love to give away some free stuff to you. If you want to come up here, and we'll give you guys a free hat, free t-shirt, as we have stock. You can also head over to the booth and pick up anything that we have left to give away before the show wraps up. But guys, thank you for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me in the hot sun. It's a little warm, but it's great. We love it. Arnie and the guys from Pro Touring, thank you so much for having us up here. If you liked it, leave a like on the video. If you have comments about ACES fuel injection or EFI in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. Until next time, guys, we will see all of you in the next Tech Tuesday video. Bye for now.
Thank you.